Hi, this is Java Tutorials 101 by Josh and Scott. I am Josh and I am here to talk about encapsulation. Let's get started. Encapsulation. Today I'm going to talk to you about encapsulation. So encapsulation is one of the fundamentals of object-oriented programming. So encapsulation is in Java can be defined as a mechanism using which the data and the methods that works on that data is wrapped to form a single unit. Okay, so why do we need encapsulation? So Josh, why do we need encapsulation? First off, encapsulation is good in is a really need because it has a better control of class attributes and methods. And number two, it makes Java code more flexible. So encapsulation is mostly used to protect the data. So let's take this as an example. It's like a steering wheel. By looking at the steering wheel behind that mechanic, it has more functions behind. So and the users, as you can see, the one who is driving is just manually steering the steering wheel to go to the direction where she wants to go. Same in encapsulation. Basically, we will not show the users on how the variables, or we will not let them handle any variables in the program, but instead we will just let them input and just see the methods of it. So the idea of encapsulation is to keep the classes separated and prevent them from having tightly coupled with each other. So I will show you an example on the code here. So for this part, our program, we have here our class account. So we put here our account class. So these are the data, private data members. So here, to implement the encapsulation in Java, so from the word capsule, so these data are inside the capsule. So these are the ones being protected, and aside from being protected, these are the ones that are being hidden from the users. So basically, to implement encapsulation in Java, we make the data members variable of the class as private. So this one. So these private variables are not accessible to anything outside the class. So basically, including the class object. And also, to implement encapsulation in Java, we make the data member variables of the class as private. So here now, these private variables are not accessible to anything outside the class, so including the class object. So the purpose and reason we need the getter and setter also is for us to access the private data members. So here are our getters and setters for our private data, for our private data members. So the private data members are bundled together with our getters and setters. So setters are important but not necessarily always required. So it is mostly used for data validation. So in my class, it accepts email. So you can use the setters method for you to create a logic method that only accepts valid emails. So what are the valid emails? So the valid emails are the ones that ends with at yahoo.com, at gmail.com, at hotmail.com, and so on and so forth. So here, we will set the date, the data, or let's say we will set the values for our here in our main. So this time, we will basically set values for the data members through the setter methods. So here we will put a set of values for the data members. So as you can see, we already assigned and put informations for that part, and for here actually these are the data member values that are through our getter method. So basically these are the data that are being collected where the data was inputted here. So here's our data member values. Data member. So here in our program, on the overall and all throughout, so the result of this will be here. We already set the name and the email, and we already assigned it, and the result of it would be the account number. So as you can see, we already set the account number. The result would be here. The account name is Programming 101, and also the account holder email is Josh and Scott. So that's basically it. Again, encapsulation is a basic fundamental of object-oriented program, or OOP. So just a quick recap. The reason we did all this is basically we are allowing the users not to deal with variables, okay, but instead just to set and get all the variables of an object through this method. So how did we do that again? So first off, we will make a set account method and pass it to account number, and also we made a get name method and it will return the name, and so on and so forth. So basically, again, so since these are private data members, we need to expose these variables to the users somehow via methods. That's it for this episode. Thank you for watching, and I hope that you've learned something from me. Once again, this is Josh from Java 101 Programming by Josh and Scott. Peace out.